there, it is Emily with E Squared Photography. We don't have Erin with us today, but that is okay. We are going to talk about some what ifs. What if this happens at a photo shoot? So hopefully this will put your mind at ease with some of these scenarios we're going to give you. And stick around until the end because we have something else that is going to help you as well. Again, by the end of this video, hopefully your mind will be at ease and you'll be like, okay, so I'm doing it right, whatever it might be. And don't forget, for the best photography tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications of future videos. All right, so I'm going to walk you through a handful of scenarios. What if this happens to you as a photographer? What do we typically do? And then if anything comes up along the way, make sure to comment with your what if below. Or if you have a suggestion on one of these, let us know below as well. So the very first one, which has not happened to us often, probably actually I only can think of one time, but what if a client asks for raw files? So number one, we always shoot in RAW on our cameras. We always have the setting to RAW, not JPEG. If you shoot in RAW, you can manipulate and it is easier to edit the image in the end. So make sure you're shooting in RAW. But some people will ask for raw files. A lot of times, I believe they are people that know how to edit or want to try to edit their own images. We say no, we don't give raw files. We are the professionals. They booked us because of our style and our work. So that's pretty much what we tell them. The one time we had it, it was a wedding client. The mom asked for them and we just very politely said no because you booked us for our style and that's what we do. The next scenario, what if I freeze up posing? This has happened to all of us. This still happens to us until this day. We'll be in the middle of a session and we'll be like, oh, what should I do? But one way to avoid freezing up during sessions with posing is just general practice. So once we've been off from shooting for a while and then we go back to shooting right away, let's say like all winter we haven't shot and then we go back in May and we're shooting, we are typically very rusty with our poses, so we do freeze up a lot. But the more sessions we do, the more practice we have, the more it just kind of becomes easy for us. But really, what we can say with this is really try to keep it simple. Don't go into a photo shoot like we used to when we first started. We used to go into family sessions with a whole bunch of screenshots on our phones of all these poses we want to do, just leaving the session very defeated because we didn't even get to try one of them. So the biggest thing we can say is really just in your head, think walk, stand, sit. What can I do walking with my client? Standing, sitting. Just keep it really simple. Don't go overboard. It's okay if you do 8 different poses with a senior girl and you do those with each outfit she wears. Or with a family, you don't need to do a ton. You can change up where they look. You can change up your angle. You can do breakouts. So don't overcomplicate it. Keep it super simple. Now, one other thing we do like to do is take screenshots of past sessions we've done of the poses we like to do. So then if we do freeze up, we can say, okay, hold on a second. I want to see, there's this pose I did with this family that I really liked. Pull it up on your phone. They're going to be completely fine with it. And then you're going to be put at ease as well. The next one, what if I get home and all of my images are blurry or maybe they're all overexposed? Well, we've been there. We've been home and we have a whole segment of a session that is completely overexposed. Even shooting in RAW, we're not going to be able to fix it, whatever that might be. That's okay. If you have a situation like that and you didn't realize it during the session, you can always tell and be honest with your clients and reschedule. The majority of the time, they are A-okay with it. Now, if it's a wedding, that's another story. But they are usually A-okay with it. Now, to avoid this from happening in the first place, make sure you are checking the back of your camera often. So now that we use mirrorless cameras, we are shooting in live view with our mirrorless, so we can see if it is overexposed. We can see a little bit too if it's gonna be blurry. So that is really, really helpful and been helpful for us as well. Another one, what if someone asks for a refund? I don't think we've ever had this happen, but I know we've been asked this question by other photographers that this has happened to. Totally understandable. If you're a brand new photographer, somebody might do it. People are rude. People shouldn't do it, I don't think. They should just accept what they were given and go on their merry own way. But if somebody does, you should hopefully have a contract in place ahead of time where it states something along the lines as refunds aren't allowed unless the photographer agrees, or however you decide you want to word it. You can decide, maybe you will be okay with giving refunds if the images are all blurry or if they're in certain scenarios, but I would be very careful on how you word it in your contract so they don't expect an easy refund after the session. Hopefully this never happens to you. It hasn't happened to us, but I know it has to some. What if I don't hear back from clients? Weirdly enough, this has just become a lot more normal than it has had when we first started. When we first started, we would hear back from clients, thank you so much, oh, I love them, da 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 da. But you don't hear that as much as you'd think you would. You would think someone would receive the gallery via email and be so excited and email you back. But I think what happens is they're so excited that they forget to do that. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't get upset if you don't get an email back. Hopefully they will still love them and post them, all of that. But what we like to do when we send out the gallery is we like to ask for a Facebook or Google review in that gallery email. And another thing you could do is send out the gallery, maybe put it in there, but then 1 week later, send them an email saying, hey, thank you so much. We hope you loved your gallery. If you have a quick 3 minutes, could you fill out a Facebook or Google review if you loved your images, loved your experience, whatever. One, then you'll know what they think, which hopefully they love them. I'm sure they will. And two, you'll get Google reviews or Facebook reviews. All right, so comment below and let us know what is a what if question you have for us. The next one is, what if I don't get reviews or recommendations? That kind of goes hand in hand with what I just talked about, but make sure you are asking for the reviews and share your reviews. If you get a really good review on Facebook, screenshot it on your phone and post that review to your Instagram story or put it on your website or whatever it might be. So ask for them, share them. It's gonna make it seem like it's a normal thing that people need to do. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to get those Google reviews, especially first starting out. If you get some good Google reviews, you are going to get towards that top of the search. When somebody searches a photographer in your local area, the more reviews you have, the higher up you're going to be. What if I have to shoot in the middle of the day? We've all been there. If you have a family that requests something in the middle of the day, or if you're shooting a family reunion or a wedding or whatever, and it's in the middle of the day, what do we do? The first thing we do is we see if it's at all possible to do a different time of day. Because sometimes the families just say that they want a 1 o'clock session, but really they don't care if it's a 7 p.m. sunset session, whatever it might be. So we try that first. If that doesn't work, then we will make sure we scout the location if possible and find shade during that time. Find nice solid area of shade and we will try to shoot there if at all possible. Now, if you can't find shade, you can always shoot in the middle of the sun, big field, middle of the sun, whatever it might be, but make sure that the sun is at your client's backs. Okay, so those are just a few of the what ifs that we have for you today. We will hopefully answer some that you put down in the comments for us as well. And hopefully that was helpful. Now, if you are newer to photography, we do have a free manual mode training where we talk about all of the different pieces to manual mode, camera settings, all of that, and we simplify it for you. So if you are overwhelmed with it, make sure to attend this training because we really, really simplify it for you. So in the description below, you can find that link. And if you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and share with a friend so we know to make more videos just like this one. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at e2photography. And we will see you next time.